All right, we're ready? Yep. All right, you guys, we are live. I am so sorry about the delay. We are attempting to make Coffee is for Closers a clear, non-blurry show. That's our goal. So I think we've accomplished that today. And I am going to get our slides ready. Let me get our slides and our stories for today. So we are ready to go. So again, we're going to be on the non-blurry show, the stories. But for everybody on LinkedIn, remember we are only here for the next 9.5 minutes, and then you can pop over to Facebook, and you can come over to the Pitch Queen page on Facebook and catch the rest of the show live there. But it's been really great, tons of engagement on LinkedIn, so you guys are awesome. For everybody on Instagram, thank you for being here. Please ask as many questions as you want. And remember, Coffee is for Closers is for you guys. It's to help you sell without selling, without being sleazy. And each month we're changing the topic. So this month, today, so let's go over to my screen so you can see it. Is GarageBand recording? Nope. Okay, how to make sure the audio was recording, because we always forget that step, and I did not want to forget that. So my goal is to hopefully convert all this into a podcast for everybody that can't be here live or doesn't want to watch video. I'll have an audio-only version very soon. But as you can see, we are on Coffee is for Closers, and today we're going to talk about how people share their pain points with you. So last week we talked about that people buy in 4 different quadrants, right? You might be in the gain quadrant, you might be in the pain, you might be at status quo, and you might be one other one. I can't think of it right now. But you really need to know where your clients, where your customers are when it comes to where they're at in their buying process. So today we're going to talk about how to get people to open up to you. And a lot of it stems from building really, really good rapport, good relationships, as we've talked about. And, you know, if you type show in the notes too, or the comments, I should say, there's no notes, right? It's comments. Type show in the comments. I'll send you my guides on how to help you with this and how to get you to understand where your clients' pain points are. And really, I've got a really good one too that we can send you on building good relationships and good rapport. So there's lots of good stuff there. But just type in show in the notes below. So today, again, we're talking about how people will share their pain points with you. So if we go over to the next slide. I don't know how to get over to the next slide, you guys. So we'll see if Amy can help out. So Amy's here, thank God, because we're having all sorts of technical difficulties. But our main thing for you guys today was we do not want to have another blurry show. I know that blurry shows are no fun to watch, and there's no point in watching anything if you can't even see me or see the slides. So it's all good. I'm just going to talk, though, today, because today is our signature recipe. As always, this is Coffee is for Closers. If you don't like coffee, you can bring your smoothies, you can bring your beer, you can bring a margarita, you can bring whatever you want to Coffee is for Closers. This statement or, you know, slogan came from a movie, and that's why we called it Coffee is for Closers. And we have really, really cool hats. So a couple of you guys have reached out to me for our really awesome hats. I think they're right here, actually. So if you want a hat, we're doing giveaways. All you have to do is type in hat in the comments below, and we'll announce the giveaway each week. So these are the hats. They're really super cute, and hope you like them, right? I'm just not wearing a hat today. I actually did my hair. All right, so we are on our slides. Let me go back to the slides. Entire screen? Okay. All right, so we're back to the slides, but it won't let me go to the next slide, so that's not working yet. So we're just going to keep talking. But today's signature recipe is cup of wisdom, determining what's your cup of joe, like what works for you. What works for me it might not work for you guys. Our signature recipe, so today's a really good one. What espressoed yourself and the energy for your soul. So we definitely are going to be talking a lot about these things today. But let's discuss our pain point. So if you look at the screen right now, you'll see the pain points. A pain point is a problem or a need a business or company or somebody, your client, your customer, aims to solve. And the business term for emotion, and emotion is a term that leads to business conversion. So let's just break that down real quick. People buy when they're in emotion. They don't, like when people call and ask me like, hey, Michelle, today we're going to talk a lot about the dietitians that I've worked with and all of the Major League Baseball teams I've worked with, because I think a lot of this correlates really, really well with these stories. So if I'm working with a Major League Baseball team, okay, I'm just going to use the Rangers, for example. I met the dietitian. She's amazing. We had a good relationship. We had a really good rapport. But when I was reaching out to her, she didn't have a need for her services. And then a couple months into the baseball season, she called and she needed my partner and I's services. And it was perfect timing because she was in a quadrant of an emotional pain. Does that make sense? She was stressed. She has so much on her plate that we were able to remove a lot of that stress from her plate. And that's what we're really here to do, is how can you remove stress from someone's plate? And when someone is in that emotional state, that's when they'll reach out to you and they'll probably buy your services. I am also going to be talking to one of the CPAs that I work with today, and she helps people save like $30,000 to $100,000 in taxes a year on average. So if you're a business owner, you definitely want to reach out to some of these CPAs. And they do what's called tax planning. But when they're doing and selling their tax planning, if their client doesn't really want to save any money, then they're never going to engage in a service with that CPA. Does that make sense? So really, you want to figure out what is the pain point or what is your client's need in order for you to provide your solution, right? Like if you go to the doctor, let's say you go to the doctor and your knee hurts and your doctor says, well, what happened? Well, I was playing basketball and I did some side shuffle and my knee went out of place. Your doctor's going to ask you a lot of questions as to like, well, what did you do? What leg were you on? Where were you? Were you on concrete? Were you on wood floors? He's asking a lot of questions to figure out how to get to how did you get to your pain points, so he can provide a solution, which for him, if he's an orthopedic, he's going to say a surgery, right? If it's your ACL, that means you need to get your ACL fixed. So that's really what it's about for pain point and getting to the emotion. If I'm like, I can't walk anymore and I'm at the doctor's office and I'm like, I need a new knee, they're going to give me a new knee because I'm in that much pain and emotion that I will probably say yes to fixing my knee. So keep that in mind. Grab a sip of water, whatever you need. And that is that on that topic. So again, when I'm working with the dietitians, I was thinking about like, what are those pain points? You guys, if you have any questions, please save them. We want to make sure we answer all of your questions. So save your questions till the end. I'll answer them for like the last 5 minutes if there are any. But I would love to help you out and be able to be of service to you. Again, type in show in the notes below if you want to get some of my cool guides. So I'll go over that in just a second. All right, back to slides. So why is it important to find your customer's client's pain, right? Same example as like going to the doctor with my knee. Like, why is it important for the doctor to figure out what's wrong with my knee? Well, if he misdiagnoses me and he's like, you know what, that wasn't your ACL, that was your MCL, because I didn't know what I was talking about as the patient, right? I don't know I know the muscles, but I don't know the details of the tendons and all the ligaments. Same goes for like your client. So when the dietitian that I was working with of the Rangers contacted us, I probed. I wanted to get, like, what are those pain points? She was up late. She's taking care of the major league team, the AAA team, the minor league. Like, it's so much work. And I'm like, how can we help you remove some of that work? And here's the thing. What we were able to do in providing the catering services for when they're on the road and traveling, we were able to coordinate the food. We were able to provide great food. She didn't have to worry about a thing. My partner was physically there, boots on the ground, so everything's covered. It relieves that stress, and when you can help, for her it was stress, when you can help relieve stress, like, people will pay a premium to do that. They'll be happy to do that. I mean, why not, right? So why is it important to find out your client's pain, customer, whatever word you want to call them? But people are generally a lot quicker to pay to get out of pain than they are to fulfill on a vision. And I love this for a lot of different reasons, because if, like, you know, with the Rangers and the dietitians we work with, if they were just like, I just want to fulfill on providing really quality food for the guys, like, why would they need us? They don't really need us at the end of the day. And so when someone tells you no, think about, like, well, maybe you didn't explain your services well enough, or maybe there wasn't such a need that they really needed you, or maybe they weren't in that pain quadrant that we talked about last week, right? So you have to think about, like, what levels your clients are at when it comes to these struggles, when it comes to the pains, and, like, what are the solutions you're providing? So if I go back to my MCL, ACL example, I would pay my copay, my deductible, or whatever to get out of that pain if I was in that much pain. If the doctor said, you know what, Michelle, we need to go to surgery, like right now, you know, you shouldn't even go home today. You need to go do this because A, B, and C. I would do that. Well, with your clients and your services, it's kind of the same. If I really don't have a deep down problem, well, then, you know, you might not really be able to purchase something. So think about your businesses. Think about whatever it is that you're selling. So if you're selling as a salesperson somewhere, or if you're an entrepreneur selling your services, think about where your client is. Where are your customers? What quadrant are they in? Are they in pain? Are they stressed? Are they, you know, just think about all of the things that you can help solve for them, and that will get the ball rolling. So maybe today, after you watch this, you can write down like 3 things. And also, I've got how selling your clients what they really want is really a dream. So not only are you helping them get out of, like, the pain and providing a solution, but you're really creating that vision of the dream. And I've got a really great guide. So if you type in guide in the comments on Instagram, if you guys type in guide, we'll put in the link. There is a way I can add comments. I just can't remember right now. But on Facebook, or if you want to pop over to Facebook, put in guide, and this stuff comes automatically, you guys. We've set up a little cool bot. You can opt out at any time, but it makes it easier on us to get you these really cool things that I've made. And you can actually put them to use. Are we still clear, Amy? Or are we blurry? I hope we're clear. And the 2 people watching, what questions do you have? Start putting your questions in the comments. If you can give a thumbs up, if you can give a heart, maybe you can hit the share button and share it with your friends. It'll help spread the message of Coffee is for Closers with everybody else. We are clear. We are good, you guys. Oh my gosh. High five, Amy. We did it. Sorry we were late, but we were, like, committed to making it not blurry. And you know what it was? It was my laptop. So I went into the Apple store the other day, and they told me my laptop was vintage. And then the software that we use to run this Facebook Live, like with a nicer camera than my laptop, they told me that my laptop was too old to run its software. My computer is only 7 years old. How does 7 years make it vintage? I don't understand. But anyway, back to Coffee is for Closers. I just had to share that story because, like, in a 48-hour period, someone at the Apple store, they told me all the parts are going to be discontinued for my laptop. It's only 7 years old. I got a new battery. I got a new charger. So I've got a great laptop. If anyone wants one, just let me know. Maybe I'll give it away. Anyway, back to the slides. So determining their cup of joe. Very, very important, you guys. It's all about them. It's all about your clients. It's all about your customers. It has nothing to do with you. When you are presenting your products, presenting your services, whatever it may be, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about your clients. So you've got to learn what your clients are going through. Start with just asking them and being with them. And the reason why being is in orange is because people know like when you're just questioning them, and people know when you're actually with them. Does that make sense? Here's an example. You're all on your cell phones, right, these days, and you're out to dinner and you're having a conversation with someone and they're like halfway texting somebody else and halfway having a conversation with you. That is not being with somebody. Being with somebody means that both your phones are put away, your eyes are looking at each other, and you're actually with that person. You can actually practice this, and I highly recommend it. Just start looking like, I know it's kind of weird, but you just stare in someone's eyes and you don't even need to talk. That is being with somebody. And a few of my friends who've done this exercise in the past know what I'm talking about. But maybe find a couple of friends and practice just that. Like literally opening your eyes, but closing your mouth, not talking. And just looking just like I am with this camera. I'm just looking and being with you, but you're not really like there, but I'm still being with you. I'm not just here, right? If I were just here, I wouldn't be just doing this. So you've got to learn what your clients are going through. You've got to ask them questions, and there's this really cool thing I'm going to show you next about like what are the 5 whys. So it's a good little thing, a little tidbit that you can take away. And you need to show them that you understand. And when you're really with someone and you're being with them, not faking it, but for real, then you will understand and it will allow your client to be heard. So repeat back to them what they say to you. Clarify, like, hey, I just want to check in and just make sure like we're on the same page. Relate to them in a way. I'll give you an example. Like, a lot of the dietitians that I work with are females, majority of them. And, we have a lot of similar interests. They're all really into fitness. They're into working out, obviously eating right most of the time. So we talk about like, hey, hopefully you get some rest on this next trip. You guys were working really hard. Like, hey, make sure you get your workouts in while you're on the road. I talk a lot about hopefully you had a great day of rest because I know how hard they work and I can relate. So is it authentic? Yes. Am I with them? 1000%. I'm being with them. I'm going and stepping over to their side to be with them. But you've got to find some common ground. And I think that's why I still work with all the sports teams with my partner. And my partner's name's Scott, by the way. He's a chef. I'm not a chef, so I can't do that job on my own. But he makes sure that the food is really good. It's executed well. It looks amazing. I'll post some pictures next week. But again, I'm being with the clients. I'm with them. I know their life. I know one's pregnant. I know one just got married. My other friend, Sarah, who I've known for like 12 years, she sent me such a sweet email. Like, hey, Michelle, I love what you're up to. I just wanted to say hi. Like, that's awesome. When you guys start getting emails like that, it feels really, really good. And you know what? I reminded her, hey, if you need any help, I can't remember which team she's with, but she's with one of the NFL teams. She'll contact me. If they need help, she knows that I'm there. She knows that I care, and she knows that I'm here to serve. Oh, that gets to my last point. Genuinely care about what they say. So I genuinely cared that Sarah sent me an email. I responded to her, hey, you totally made my day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And that meant a lot to me, but I didn't just fake it. Like, I was for real. And she knows that, because if she didn't, she would have never sent me that email. I had another one of our dietitians, Ryan, you're so awesome, thank you. She sent me an amazing email like, Michelle, I love what you're doing. It's so needed. And you guys, it's true. It is so needed. Like, people are doing high-level surface stuff. I'm here to remind you, you got to go deep. You got to go into the deep stuff. Like, I know it's kind of getting a little creepy, deep, intimate stuff. I'm not talking about like the personal side, okay? I'm talking about business here, but you've got to be with the person. You've got to really connect with them, and they need to, that's where trust is built, right? And people buy when they like and trust you. But ultimately, when they're ready and you've gotten to their pains and you know what their challenges are and you've got the solution to help them, then you're good to go. You're like ready. You're totally ready and set up for success. And you can serve more people that way. So let's go on to the next slide, which is our signature recipe for the day. And I love this. So Amy, as you guys know, Amy's amazing. Right, Amy? You're amazing. But this came from LKR social media. And I liked it because it was really simple. 5 why method. The 5 whys. So the 5 whys is you can practice. So go find a client, a prospect, or like someone who you haven't done business with. And you're going to figure out their 5 whys. Okay, that's it. That's the only thing you're going to figure out. So I'll give you an example of like what I would do. Okay, so I am the pitch queen, right? I am here to teach entrepreneurs and salespeople how to sell without being sleazy and without being pushy and without all that other bad stuff, right? The word sale, S-A-L-E, is like a 4-letter bad word to a lot of people. I'm here to show you that's actually a really great word because without selling your products and services, you're actually doing those other people on the other side a disservice because they don't know about you. So like the woman I'm going to talk to in a little bit, she does the tax savings, the average tax savings she does for her clients is $36,000 a year. Okay, sign me up, right? But if you think about it, if your clients didn't want anything in savings, well then they don't need her services, right? So it's really important to know what do you do and who's your ideal person. So my ideal person, my ideal client are people who aren't good at selling or feel sleazy about doing it. So if that's you, you probably resonate with a lot of things that I say, right? I'm here to help. I'm here to help you overcome that, get over that fear, whatever it may be. Now, there's like the surface level issue. And the problem that maybe many of you have is you need to close more sales so you can help more people. Or you need to help more people so you can close more sales. Depending on which way you want to flip it, I don't care. At the end of the day, you want to grow your revenues, you probably want to make more money, and you probably want to help more people. If that's you, then you probably are interested in working with me. So a lot of people have reached out to me. So I work some one-on-one, train people. I work with companies to help them grow their top-line revenues. And there's all sorts of things that come to me because of my messaging. So just like you have to know who's your ideal client. Moving right along. So the 5 whys, right? You're going to write down what are your 5 whys. So if you were a client or a prospect of mine for the Pitch Queen, okay, we're going to not talk about CPAs and dietitians for a second. Why would I want you to work with me? Why would I want to work with you? It goes back and forth. So if you see this slide, I'm just going to read through it and then I'm going to give you an example. Their main issue is attracting enough people to even try to sell their product or service. So maybe that's one of your whys. You're not able to reach enough people. Maybe, right? Possibly. I hear that a lot. Like, I need more clients. I need more clients. Well, if you're doing it the right way, a lot of clients might start finding you. Maybe your main need is to get more sales and make more money. Probably. If you're having a challenge with sales and you've got fear in the way, you've got self-doubt in the way, you're just not confident in that area, I can show you how to do it with feeling confident and without being sleazy and yucky and all the other stuff that comes along with what people think sales really is. Maybe it's your desired outcome. So if it's to become successful, so you have the opportunity to spend more time with your family or your friends, or maybe you want to travel. There's so many variables, right? And then the true pain point is not being able to do what makes you happy and not feeling satisfied about the time you're spending with your friends, your family, or traveling. So when you are working with your clients, go figure out what their 5 whys are. Why do they want to work with you? Okay, I'm going to use the CPA example. Sorry. I just want to. I love her. She's so amazing, okay? She's like tripled her business every year. So in 2014, she tripled her business. To 2015, to 2016. She tripled that again from 2015. In 2017, this year, she tripled it from what it was last year. I mean, that's incredible. And she hates sales. So she's figured out a way how to sell without really selling and without being sleazy. But the 5 whys for her clients are, well, do you want to save money in taxes, or would you rather pay it to Uncle Sam? Maybe that's important to her clients, right? For me, I am an ideal client for her. I do not want to pay taxes. I rather give that money away to charity or find other ways that are legal to do it. I am all in, all ears. Maybe for her clients, they want to save more money to go on vacations with their family because they work so hard. They're working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and they're not putting enough money away for vacations or retirement, right? That might be another why. Another why might be that they're about to sell their business and they need to understand how they can save the most in taxes and make the best of it. That's the third why. Maybe they are starting a new business and they want to set up for success and save the most amount and structure their corporations and companies the right way so they never have any issues. Anyway, she works with her clients and asks and probes and asks the why. Why, right? And that's the big thing. So today, why don't you guys figure out one client or prospect and go figure out the 5 whys. Why did they reach out to you? What was their problem? What was their pain point? Pretend you're a doctor and you're going to go and investigate, right? You're a doctor. Put on your doctor, I was going to say apron. I get confused. Food, CPAs, doctors, it's like, oh my gosh. Put on your physician's jacket and go start asking your prospects why. And come up with 5, okay? All right, we're getting to the end, so get your questions ready. If you can also do a thumbs up, a heart. I love hearts. And click the share button. Share this with your friends. That'll help more people see this. Because on Facebook, on Instagram, all you guys keep watching it. And you guys can like and heart and comment. And on Instagram, type in show if you want to get the guides. Or type in guide and you'll get the guides. So show or guides. And then type in hat if you want one of my hats. Where'd my hat go? Oh, here it is. So if you guys want this hat, we're going to do a giveaway every week because they are pretty dope. I've got a lot of random people that want them. How's this look? Does it look crazy if it's on my head like this? Let me see. All right. Well, anyway, I'll wear the hat like this for the rest of the day. No, I'm just kidding. I did my hair today. It's a little different. All right. So share, like, thumbs up, comment. I would appreciate it. Type in show, type in guide, type in hat. Those are 3 ways that you can start receiving a lot of my guides that I created just from things that have helped me out and other people. So if it helps others, then we are all good. All right, next slide. I can't get to it. Okay, I guess that's the last slide. That is the last slide, right? Express for themselves? Okay. So that is the last slide. Sorry, you guys. But, I just want to sum up everything real quick, and we'll just do a recap, and then we'll go into questions. Amy, do we have questions?
No, not yet.
No questions today? Okay, no worries. We'll just do a real quick recap. So, again, you guys need to work on figuring out pain points and problems. Think about my MCL, ACL injury at the doctor's office and the orthopedic telling me I need to go get surgery right away. Some of your clients might need surgery right away. They might need your services because they have no other options. And really figure out like that emotional thing, like really be with your clients, right? That was the next one. What are the pain points? What is their vision? But be with them, show them that you understand, repeat what they say, clarify, make sure that you are all on the same page, and genuinely care. You have to be authentic, but you actually really have to care. If you don't care, then my guess is that you're like doing something in the wrong industry. If you don't love what you're doing, then how is the person buying your services going to love what you're doing with them, right? It like doesn't make any sense. So if you don't genuinely care, take a look in the mirror and figure out like maybe there's something off there. And again, the 5 whys. So pick one client, put it into action. I'm all about action. And really figure out like what are those 5 whys as to why did they reach out to you, why do they need help, what are their problems, what are their issues, like really try to figure that out. And what else? I think that's it. But if you want to get the guide, put in, so the guide's right here. So it's on my blog, but I'll also send it to you. Selling your clients what they really want, which is the dream. And we're all about trying to get through to the no's to get to a yes. So type in guide, type in hat, type in show. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. Even if you couldn't hang out the whole time, no worries, no worries. I get it. You're all really busy. We are testing different times, but for the next month or 2 or 3, we're going to try this time. Tuesdays, 2 o'clock Pacific. And if you want one of my cool hats, type in hat. And thank you again for being here. Hopefully this is really, really helpful and good stuff for you. And I'll see you guys next week.